Hello everyone. In this segment, we will recall the method of dimensional analysis, the second method, the Buckingham's pi theorem. As all of we are aware of, there are only three equations to handle, and if number of variables exceeds 3, the Rayleigh's method becomes tedious, and hence obviously we'll go with the second method, and that is the Buckingham's pi theorem. uh, we shall solve a problem here. Here comes the problem statement. The resistance R experienced by a partially submerged body depends on the velocity V, length of the body L, viscosity of the fluid mu, density of the fluid rho, and gravitational acceleration G. Obtain a dimensionless expression for R. R is the resistance. Dimensions of resistance is similar to that of a force. So we'll see how to solve this problem, which is almost similar to the Rayleigh's method. First, we'll write R. The resistance is a function of V, the velocity, length, mu, rho, and G. And also we write a new function of including R, new function of R, comma V, comma L, comma mu, rho, comma G, which is equals to 0. There is a new function. Now, if you just count here, n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, n equals to 6 here. Okay, n is always counted by including r, including the dependent variable. So, total number of variables n equals to 6 here. Now, there is also one more a term which is m in addition to n. M is always measured as a maximum number of dimensions available in the array of the variables. And if you just look at mu here, mu has all the three dimensions. Okay, so the dimensions of mu m to the power 1, l to the power minus 1, t to the power minus 1. Also, dimensions of r has m to the power 1, l to the power 1, t to the power minus 2. So automatically m gets the value of 3. Okay, now the values of n and m are very important here. Number of dimensionless pi terms. See f1, the equation saying f1 of r comma v comma l comma mu rho g equals to 0. This is rewritten, and this is rewritten in terms of pi terms. And how to calculate number of pi terms? Pi terms are dimensionless terms. Number of pi terms is always n minus m. N is 6, m is 3, so n minus m equals to 3. Now the same equation, there are three pi terms, same equation of f1 of all these things equals to 0 can be rewritten in terms of just f1 of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 equals to 0. Now, this is our basic equation. Now, we solve this equation by substituting and solving the values of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, and that becomes the solution to the given problem. Yes. So, each pi term used to have m plus 1 variables. M is the repeating variables, and the 1 is the non-repeating variable. Now, how do we select the repeating and non-repeating variables are also important. The independent variable or independent variables are always selected as repeating and non-repeating variables, but the dependent variable will always occupy the first non-repeating variable. Okay, so we also have seen a pattern. For example, there is a geometric variable, there should be a flow variable and a fluid variable. L is the geometric variable, V is the flow variable, and rho is the fluid variable. This is how we write pi 1 equals to pi 2 equals to pi 3. These terms are repeating variables except R, mu, and G. So we shall solve pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 independently, and then we'll substitute back the values of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 in the basic equation. So to solve pi 1 term, we say this pi 1 equals to L to the power A1 into V to the power B1 rho to the power C1 into R. As a dimensionally homogeneous equation, we'll write the dimensions, we solve, and we calculate the values of A1, B1, C1. They're very simple. Directly you will get the values of A1, B1, C1. A1 is minus 2, C1 is minus 1, B1 is minus 2. So just substitute the values of A1, B1, C1 here. So your pi1 is r divided by L square v square rho. We just have concluded the value of pi1. Similarly, we proceed with pi2. So pi2 is this. This equation is dimensionally homogeneous, write the dimensions. Please note dimensions of pi1, pi2, pi3 are always m to the power 0, L to the power 0, t to the power 0. They're dimensionless. So equate the powers of m, L, t. Just get the values of a2, b2, c2. A2 is minus 1, b2 is minus 1, c2 is minus 1, and hence pi2 is the simplified value is mu divided by LV into rho. So the last one remaining is pi 3. Pi 3 is L to the power A3, V to the power B3, rho to the power C3 into G. This is a dimensionally homogeneous. By equating the powers of MLT, calculate the values of A3, B3, C3. A3 is 1, B3 is minus 2, C3 is 0. And here comes your pi 3. Pi 3 is L into G divided by V square. Now what we have is the values of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3. These are the values that we have now. We substitute all these things back to the basic equation f1 of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 equals to 0. So the modified equation is f1 of a new function of r divided by L square v square rho, comma mu divided by LV rho, comma Lg divided by v square, and which is equals to 0. Now within the bracket, whatever you have the terms are the solutions of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3. We are supposed to get the value of r, the equation in terms of r. I'll take out r divided by L square v square rho outside of this bracket, and this is the version. And finally, you can multiply L square v square rho to this side, or you can also rearrange the terms within the bracket, but that is optional. This is optional, but r is L square v square rho into new function phi of rho vl divided by mu, comma v divided by square root of Lg. This is the solution for a given problem.